What's up, everybody? What's going on? What's up to Brian? We got Brian in the chat. We got One Slick Dude. We got Marania. Hello, hello. Good morning, Marania. Good to see you're awake. Asking if Marania, are you finally getting back to normal? She hasn't been normal for years. Yep. Crazy events today. I don't know if you guys saw that. We were talking a little behind the scenes. We were talking about how there's gonna be a Marvel versus DC, or not Marvel versus DC, but a Marvel and DC crossover with Batman versus Deadpool. 2 one-shot stories, I guess. Or I don't know if they're gonna connect or whatever. But the names attached to the Marvel side is Wells, and we also have what's it? Corallo? Not Corallo. What's the other one? I can't remember his name is. He's the one that did the Batman New 52. Greg Capullo. That's what it is. Capullo. Yeah. Greg Capullo is going to be the artist for that book, and then on the DC side, it's going to be Grant Morrison and Dan Mora. Great for Dan Mora. I guess Grant Morrison, yay. I just never really got into his stuff. I know some people liked his earlier stuff in the 2000s before he went crazy. But
I think that if you want to, think that one of the two has a shot at being good. Grant Morrison, depending on how you feel about his Batman, I think that has a better shot of being good. I just don't like Zeb Wells as a writer, but Greg Capullo is a very good artist. So
yeah,
and it'll be. I mean, here's the thing that and I realize I'm old and way out of the demographics that they're going after, but we haven't had a crossover in 20 years.
Seems that way.
I mean, has there been one since JLA Avengers in 2003? I'm not sure there has been.
No, I think that was the last crossover because the Amalgam was before that, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was 97.
Yeah,
we get Deadpool. Deadpool is popular on screen.
Yes,
he is no longer popular in the comics. And Zed Wells is, I said he just wrote 60 issues of a quippy character, not well. So
yeah,
I said, I hope we're all proven wrong, because it's nice to get a crossover again. But again, like I said, it's the talent pool isn't what it was 20 years ago.
So I'm kind of glad they kind of did go with Spider-Man, because Zeb Wells already butchered Spider-Man. I don't want to butcher anymore, because the obvious story I would have went for anything. Who's popular characters right now? I would have went for Superman, Spider-Man again, But I'm kind of glad they didn't, because of who they have to write this stuff right now. It is cool to see that they're finally doing a crossover, and hello to Zach. But like I said, I'm not excited for Zeb Wells. Dan Mora and Grant Morrison, I think, will have the better book.
Hold up, guys. I'm having technical difficulties on my end. I can't hear anything. I don't know why.
Well, the problem is we can hear you.
Well, fortunately for you, we're not saying anything of substance.
There it is.
Yeah.
My computer had to update. So
I guess it was good for you. We're talking negative about the crossover.
Hey, go on camera. Show the food. That's ratings.
Yes. Yeah.
This is ratings.
Well, I was kind of hoping there was like a big spread that
Thanksgiving table, just
you do a Julia Child type. You're all different. And just eat. Bon appetit.
I mean, I'm not excited. I'm not excited for Deadpool and comic book. Like, they could have done Batman Punisher or Punisher versus Deathstroke. I don't need Deadpool in a crossover event. I don't need Deadpool in a comic book event. We just had another Deadpool kills the Marvel universe again, and I don't think that did just as high sales as they think they want it to be. Like, Deadpool is great because of Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool in the comics is not Ryan Reynolds. But And that's the thing. It just felt like it was rushed. They put their worst writer on the Marvel side. Grant Morrison, whether you love him or hate him, is a better writer than Zeb Wells. So, and Dan Morris' art might ease the pain of if it's, as long as it's not Batman Inc. all over again.
You know what's crazy? There's two artists attached to this project.
They're great.
And
who do you know?
Greg Capullo.
Greg Capullo is on Marvel.
Oh, Capullo's doing the DC one?
No, he's doing the Marvel one.
Interesting. Oh, okay.
I think we are at the point now where, and here's the plus side of these two crossovers. Greg Capullo, of the two artists, comes in second.
Yeah,
because I think Morris passed him.
Yeah, art wise.
Like I said, I think the Morrison Mora one has potential to be really good. It's just I just don't. Like I said, I'm out of the Deadpool business. I mean,
I don't know that I didn't know Capullo was doing it. I think Capullo might fit Grant Morrison style more than Mora. Mora might fit Zeb Wells style.
Here's
more.
Something though. They should have grabbed the guy who is currently doing the Punisher, or not the Punisher, but Predator Spider-Man. Benjamin Percy. Benjamin Percy is proving to be a better writer over there.
He's writing the new Punisher series.
Yeah, he's tasked with getting the Punisher back on track. And as far as Mora being a better fit for Capullo being a better fit for Morrison, Dan Mora I don't think has ever drawn a page of Marvel Comics, has he?
Not to my knowledge.
Well, I'm sure
that's all IDW or Boom or DC.
So he came from Boom Studios working on Buffy the Vampire Slayer in 2019. Did 5 issues of that. It immediately was.
I thought he did Power Rangers.
Well, he's over there. Yeah, but I'm saying right after that series, Power Ranger stuff, he was immediately picked over and by DC. They said, you know what, you're not with us. And since then, he's just been plugging away for the past 5 years. So it seems that way.
Yes, I'm sure. Even though it's being published by both companies, I guess that Mora would have to have been assigned to the DC.
Maybe if it's like a contract. Then.
But what would have been great though, if you're gonna do have a DC writer, and unfortunately, something we go back to the arguments before. These writers are carrying the companies. Jeremy Adams would have been a perfect choice for a crossover company, events.
I don't want Jeremy Adams doing a Batman Deadpool.
No,
because that would take away from it. Now, if this becomes a thing, and we get more crossovers, hopefully they will get to him.
I was saying I wouldn't necessarily do a Batman Deadpool. That's the last thing I want to do. It's been done before. You want to watch that? You want to watch Batman versus Deadpool? Go pull up Bat in the Sun. They actually did a live action version of that. And guess what? Shocker. Batman and Catwoman won and kicked the crap out of Harley and or not Harley, but out of Deadpool and Domino.
I will say this. I'm gonna defend the choice of Deadpool for this. The best shot of getting normies and people that have fallen off to say, oh, crossover, oh, cool. Deadpool's probably a better pick than just about anybody not named Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they'll pick up some casuals. And like I said, I'm sure they're just going to be, I'm sure Batman's going to be written uber serious. Deadpool's going to be written uber not serious. And we'll see if they're good enough to pull it off and make it interesting. So,
and what version of Batman are we getting here? Are we getting a Batman without Robins?
I don't know. It probably doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Find out. I said we're probably a year away from seeing the light of day.
Is this going to be them fighting, or is this going to be a team up like we did with Spider-Man and Superman?
I don't know.
Yes.
Spider-Man Batman had a crossover event.
No, it's going to be the answer is yes. There will be a fight and then a team up.
Oh yeah. That's how they do it.
Yeah.
If I'm still participating in the hobby, I'll get them because I said it's. I said I wouldn't, but no. I said 3 of the 4 people have proven track records, and actually,
Wells might be okay with one shots. We know he doesn't do good in continuity, but there are some writers that are like that. They do, like Tom Taylor does better with Elseworlds than in canon stuff. Wells might just be a knockoff Tom Taylor.
once upon a time, Wells' writing didn't stand out as being bad. Of course, that was when all of Marvel was going well.
Yeah.
And he was probably like the rising tide lifting all boats and whatnot. Yeah. But that said, maybe you can find it for, like you said, an issue because, who knows at this point, as far as like writing Spider-Man, I'm not trying to, cover for Zeb Wells but Marvel doesn't seem to be interested in making Spider-Man a good character these days.
I honestly, I would have loved to seen Spider-Man Superman story, if it's written well, taking over with those team up to go against, like I said before, in the group, Lex Luthor back to being classic evil because that's what he was back in the day, whatever, and then having Kingpin, and then those two teaming up.
That sounds so boring, though. They look identical. I would want two villains that don't look the same.
But if we're getting Netflix Daredevil, as far as Kingpin smashing people's heads in.
Okay, well then pick somebody besides Lex Luthor, then.
Yeah, but because I the thing is I don't want to like these two are gonna team up. Who is it gonna be the villains in this group? Is it gonna be have like Joker gonna be the villain along with whoever Deadpool's villain in this?
Look, Deadpool doesn't have a villain.
Exactly, and that's our problem with this.
I don't know if it's going to be a two-parter, but I would imagine that the villain. Think about it. Who are people dying to see scenes together?
Yeah,
Deadpool and Joker. So I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, I mean, there's no way in hell that Joker's not going to be the villain.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll find out. But yeah, like I said, so that's gonna be that's their pitch for I guess later this year. But my thing is that what's the price gonna be? Are these oversized double sizes like 48 pages?
I'm sure there will be.
Or are these gonna be like normal size with fancy foil covers and like $12?
Well, there's going to be probably at least 10 variants for you.
No, it will be probably a $6.99. Yes, because if you go too high, those casuals you're trying to get to come back, you price them out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Jay. Let's focus on Zach's eating.
But in the late 90s, they were doing so many crossovers. When they were using the XS character, they were almost like in each other's continuity. Yeah,
I didn't want to be on camera on that, Quinn. They pushed me into it.
No, I wanted to see like a big, like a Martha Stewart like spread there. So it's
the mud.
Nah, keto doesn't allow for stuff like that.
This is Hot Ones with Zach as we question him. Chicken wings.
No, you should probably change your title to.
Oh yeah, I'm done. Yeah. No, I just had about 6 drumsticks seasoned with some ranch dressing.
So they're guessing. We got Jay saying $15. But I think it was the price. But then 1 6 like, no, probably be $8 on the Price is Right.
Yeah, it's a 6 or
no.
7.
You always do 1 penny over 10.01.
Yeah.
Those guys always win.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. Do you think it'd be as dumb as they did for the Batman Hush 2? The oversized Treasury Edition size magazine one?
I don't know for
$16.
They might do that. Obviously, that won't be that'll be very limited. But
honestly, I wouldn't be shocked that they did that because it's like they did that the last crossover. Why not do it again? So I love this. $1 from the box. Yep. And yeah. It could easily, with Zeb Wells writing, I think they might just be in the dollar issues or 50 cents issues within the next 6 months after it's done. So I don't know, but shout out to the 17 people watching us. What's up, guys? Thank you for watching.
I told you, food was ratings.
I know, right?
Food is ratings.
Mukbang stream, and we dropped down to 13. The last four right away.
He finished.
I'm done. I don't know what y'all want from me.
All the foodies left the chat.
You're kidding, foodies here.
All right. So what is up to everybody else in the channel? Nick Quinn, it's good to see you here too. And anyone else is watching. I'll share my screen here. We'll get this going. I'll start talking about the new books of the week. There are quite a few.
How many you got on your pull list today, Mr. Richmond?
Oh, what do I have this week? I think I've got 7.
Wow.
I got more than that.
Of course. Well, you always have more.
Because I'm buying,
Yeah,
I'm buying indies plus new titles, and then
I almost have twice as many.
What? Are you serious? That's insane.
What do I have?
Oh, madman.
I'm gonna look right away as soon as
Like John Hamm. I'll be right back. Let me go throw this trash away right here. I'll be right back.
I have 13 books this week.
Crazy.
Well, I'm also getting a lot of books that you guys are getting, though. So, at least 2 more. Plus, there's always those throwback issues that come in.
Crazy. See, I'm like Undead Quinn. Or Brian. Well, Brian has books from last week.
No.
Oh, yeah, he said he had 5 from last week.
But, like I said, I get books like Ninja Turtles that you guys don't get. So, that always adds straight on.
Well,
and I'm picking up throwback issues.
This is a very DC heavy week.
It is. It is a DC.
I'm even buying. I mean, it's so big. I'm getting 3 Marvels.
3 of my top 5 are DC. I have 2 Marvels and 2 Image or Skybounds.
All right. Let's go here. So, alrighty. Who went first last week? Was that?
I think I did.
Were you in the middle?
Crap.
Maybe? I don't remember. Oh, there's Green Arrow this week too.
So I'll start us off with my number 5 this week. I tried to narrow them down, the ones that you guys wouldn't be getting.
Oh, I know one that for sure y'all are both getting.
Oh yeah.
2. There's another one I know RDV's getting.
All right.
Some of these I can guess.
My number 5 for this week. Let's scroll down to it.
I know
Feral.
Brain's getting this one.
Yep. Feral number 13 is my number 5 this week.
I just looked at that. I knew you were gonna get. I knew it. I knew you know.
It's just been great, man. It's like a Disney like cartoon Aristocats, but they have to like go up against like zombies, aka animals that are infected with rabies. So homeward bound and having to like make it back home and only find out that their owners aren't there, and there's a rabies outbreak. Says the pet supply store looks like the perfect place to survive the rabies ravaged wilderness. All the cats have to do is figure out how to break in. Fortunately, Elsie has a plan, but where guilt and trauma keep her from executing it. Plus, love is in the air for Gigi, which means Lord has the hardest job of all. Babysitting kittens. Tiny Babykins. Tony Fleece, who just did that thing book, came out last week. Anybody get that last week at all?
I did not. Somebody on Wes's stream did, I think.
I did not get a chance to read it.
I think Aaron Sparrow said it was on his list.
All right. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to read it, but I was wondering how good that was. I'm not a big Thing character, being the main lead. I kind of like it when he's teaming up with other people, but
The Thing is great.
Yeah.
I saw a post the other day say The Thing is basically Marvel's Superman, and in terms of character, I 100% agree.
Well, he's not.
Zach, did you read
Hyperion is.
Did you
No, that's in terms of comparing superpowers. I'm talking about comparing the actual character, like the soul and the personality.
Well, that would be Captain America then.
I would say it's more Captain America. But did you read the Dan Slott Thing series from about 20 years ago?
Is that the one where he doesn't he inherit a fortune or something? Yes. That was a while ago.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good. I remember the covers from that one specifically. Yeah, that one was pretty good. That was one of the first solo. I think I was like really heavy. I had just gotten into reading Fantastic Four, and I had come across that one.
Look at this, Friday the 13th issue. I love these movie homage covers. If you like Stray Dogs, it's the same thing. There's fun. So I'm shocked that these have not been on the auction for how big of a Stray Dogs fan that he was. He is not putting any of the feral
He
books.
did, yeah, because he sold me I think a trade for Stray Dogs on his auction.
So I was just shocked because normally that's the case. But alrighty, that is my number 5 for this week. Let's go down to Mr. Breen.
Let's see if they're going to send him. Oh, God, that's a mistake. Oh, no, it isn't. He scored.
Oh, you watching that basketball game tonight?
No, that's halftime. I'm watching the dads.
Oh, okay. My dad was watching basketball last night, so that's all that's been.
Oh, God, yeah, last night. It's weird. Oklahoma City blew out Minnesota in their 2 home games. Game 3 in Minnesota. Minnesota wins by 43. And then Oklahoma City beats them the next game, the same building.
Speaking of blowouts, let's get this done before he has to blow out after eating all the chicken.
Oh, that's rude.
Yes, it is.
In fact,
Number 5, you're going to have to do some serious scrolling to get to this. Because we're going to the zombie apocalypse Happy Days style.
Pin Apocalypse?
Yep.
Oklahoma. That's actually the name of a real city. I think that's the first time.
Oklahoma City.
I think that's the first time a real city not named New York has gotten
a real city. Yeah. Another fun series, man. I did not expect to enjoy this. Is this through Massive? Yeah, Massive Publishing.
I have no idea who that is, but
I don't know.
Massive has been around for a little bit. I'm trying to remember what other book they put out that I liked. But it says after narrowly escaping the trap at Foxy's house, our heroines try to find a safe place to hide from the zombie hordes. Suddenly, their attention is drawn to a strange man entering a movie theater amidst the unraveling chaos. And they decide to follow him, only to end up on a flying saucer. What?
Yes.
As Foxy and Roxy put together what has been happening around them, they get closer to covering who is responsible for turning the entire city into zombies. What?
I wasn't expecting flying saucers on top of that.
Yeah, you're right. But kind of, I'm starting to run out of Stubbs the Zombie. You ever play that game, Zach?
Wait, which game?
Stubbs the Zombie?
No, I've never heard of that one.
It's basically if a bomb was dropped on United States during World War II, and then like in the early 1950s, so basically everything stayed the same, kind of like Fallout, but like everyone was turned into zombies. For the most part. Is a pin up for Roxy? Wow. There you go. Yeah. What else we got here? Some other covers for them too as well. Then the incentive cover, the 1 in 25 variant.
What an incentive.
Yeah. They're doing pinups, bro.
I know. It's called pinup. I get that.
Cha-cha.
All right.
While you're all looking at her gams, I'm looking at the way the hair is drawn.
I wasn't looking at the gams in that last photo.
The hair is drawn actually very well. That's very cool.
The greaser and the preppy chick. Damn. So, oh yeah, there's a woman who drew that last cover too. The incentive. So, yeah, dude, I'm just looking forward to this. This looks great. Flying saucers are involved in this too. We got the Doc Ock tentacles coming out here. Looks crazy.
Then we're going to find out in issue 4 that they're actually in an Ed Wood movie.
Oh, I think Massive did do Popeye one slick. I think you're right. I think that was Massive.
I Like Popeye.
I think that was.
Yeah,
Massive.
that's probably what I'm thinking too. Yeah, because I know there's another book I'm picking up. Great series though. This is Brain's number 5. But what is Zach's number 5? Where are we?
My number 5. We are starting with the Summer of Superman. We have Superman number 26 out this week.
The only good Superman book.
I mean, yeah. You're not wrong.
Nobody wants Dan Slott.
Guest artists, since Dan Moore apparently is now going to be busy drawing Batman and Deadpool. Sean Isaac, who he did the art for the Green Arrow when Williamson was on Green Arrow, so it's almost like a little reunion. So he's doing the art for this. Superman is infected with red kryptonite as of the last issue. I think he got knocked out. I'm not sure, or he's like on a red kryptonite rampage. And so Superwoman, aka Lois Lane. I don't know, something about that. Her in that cover, the face seems a little too small. There's something.
It's a manga face.
Yeah, it's a manga face. I guess it works for Supergirl. It works for her
until you realize that Supergirl's wearing a super jacket. You see the zipper.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. I'm looking at her face. Her face is fine. But yeah, Superman has been really good. That's kind of a
Gilliam March cover.
I don't know if I care for the artist, but I appreciate what he's trying to do. So yeah, see, Aftershocking events of Superman 25. Mercy Graves has been revealed to be a traitor, kind of loyal to Luthor.
They're all Rospo smash up variant.
Yikes!
Everyone's Superman, even Batman.
I appreciate the lack of creativity.
Hey, look, Big Bird is up there too, Superman. And Harley Quinn.
Booster Gold, or is that Stripe? I can't tell. I think it's Booster Gold.
Where are you seeing? What are you looking at?
He's right above. He's up there. He's the one at the top of the right corner with the rocket.
The upper right corner, rocket.
Yeah, or is
that's Lex Luthor.
Oh, is that Luthor? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's been a great book. Williamson, his quality on this has not dipped since he started writing a majority for Skybound. It's been good. So yeah, Superman number 26. It made it past 25. So maybe it'll go the distance.
This all goes back to those first couple of issues where he was infected with the red kryptonite in the heart.
That's right.
I think. Yep. Wasn't that World's Finest? I'm trying to think. Was that World's Finest? Because I remember having you had Batman and Robin with Superman.
Well, then that would have been World's Finest because Batman and Robin haven't been in the main Superman title.
No, I'm wondering if because that's going back to because I thought the red kryptonite. Yeah, it was World's Finest.
So that would have been World's Finest, yeah, because it couldn't have been in this because there have been no issues with that.
So this is connected to that. Remember, he can't get angry because he has that problem. So he's had the issue since then. So that's their continuity. Yeah, whatever happens to World's Finest in the past happens in the future.
There you go.
And man, that's an awesome Dan Mora cover.
That's pretty neat.
Also, there's rumors I'm thinking that Superwoman's going to lose her powers in the next 2 issues.
Zod is supposed to 25.
Yeah, right.
Zod because Zod's supposed to be coming up at some point. They teased him fairly recently, maybe 2 issues back. So,
alrighty then. Cool. I think my number 4 might be the first crossover we're going to have then for my number 4 for this week. Is Hyde Street. I'm not sure if that's your guys' number 4 yet, but the manipulative Mr. X-Ray wants out of Hyde Street pronto. The closer he gets to snatching 10,000 souls, the nearer to his freedom. And he wants to count up the count in a big way by capturing the entire theater full of poor saps who have found their way onto Hyde Street. But will one of the good souls ruin it all? I love that cover. It's great.
That's pretty. It's pretty.
Ivan Reyes.
That's very Final Destination-y.
Mm-hmm.
No. Francis Portela.
You can tell that's not a Marvel comic.
Oh, yeah, because smoking eye, right?
Yeah, a cigarette.
Kyle Holtz.
We call them Smoky Treats.
Smoky Treats?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, wasn't Kyle Holtz working on the X-23 series back in the day? Or am I thinking of someone else? I might be thinking of Kyle Holtz. I think I'm
Yost. Yes. No, you're right. Yost. I don't know if he did. I think he did X-23, but he also did. There was a new X-Men series that had X-23 in it.
This is Kyle Hotz, whatever his name. That's
Yost was. Well, yeah, because Yost is a writer. He's not an artist.
Yeah, Craig Yost. Kyle Hotz has been around forever. He was the artist on Hulk after they relaunched the first time. But I don't like him. I mean, to me, he's right there he's in Kelly Jones country for me.
Yeah,
never liked him.
Kelly Jones country.
Well, the kid didn't have horns. I was thinking, he looked proportionate, right? Though, but all right. But for the A cover is still the best cover.
That's pretty nice.
All right.
I like the black, white, and red look.
Yep. All that's missing is Ghostbusters. So when I see the red in the white. But anyway, where are we going to next, guys?
All right, we're going. Nah. Green Lantern is the place to be.
That's clever.
He actually has a Green Lantern book this week. Did not notice.
Yeah, that's a new Green Lantern book. Yep.
No, it's not on my pull list, so I'll have to get it. Put on my pull list then.
23.
Right there next to Green Arrow.
There you go. The two greens.
He's fighting Dr. Doom, apparently.
Spectre. The Spectre strikes. Hal plumbs the depths of hell to retrieve the material from an evil villain and can help the Lanterns build new central power batteries, or CPBs. But his plans are interrupted by a spirit of vengeance who has come to offer Hal his old job back.
Also, watch Spectre be Nort. Like Nort is the new spirit of vengeance.
Wasn't it Bach from Gotham City, the old Gotham cop? Wasn't he?
Was it not Jim Corrigan?
No, not recently. Or it was a Crispus Attic.
Crispus Allen, I think so.
Or Allen. One of those two, I think, was the Spectre for a while.
I think it was Crispus Allen.
I don't know, but
Black Cat, if you're still in the chat, tell us. Oh, Chris, yeah, Craig. No, I was mixing up Chris Yost and Craig Yo.
No, you guys are both wrong. It was Oliver Queen.
Well, Oliver Queen on the CW.
Wow, this kind of looks like Jensen Ackles a little bit.
Could be.
This is the Mark Spears.
Any relation to Brittany?
No, but this guy has been guided into the Monster series. When it's hard to find. When I just got I had the fifth printing last week. I showed you guys.
Oh, that is a cool cover.
And he's been doing a lot of covers. Yeah, this is the Carl
Kerschel.
Yep, Carl Kerschel.
That guy needs to be on another interior. His
like Harley Quinn.
His ambassadors. That ambassadors issue he said was really good.
All right.
Evil Black Cat says it was Crispus Allen, Nan Montoya's partner in the, I guess, Gotham Central.
Look at all the rings.
Well, Cat was his nickname Hardback because he was always reading books. Is that the same guy?
Or was that just some guy?
It could be.
Maybe his back was just hard. Alrighty, that is your number 4 for this week. Zach, where are we going to?
My number 4, we're gonna keep with DC, but we have another title. It's a little more Superman adjacent. It is going to be Justice League Unlimited number 7, continuing the We Are Yesterday crossover. This has been a really fun little mini series going on. The previous issue, the World's Finest one, had Batman, Robin, and Superman of the present go to the past, and vice versa. This one, I think, is going to focus more on the Legion of Doom and the Justice League, which is what I want to see. Like, I want to see villains fighting heroes. World's Finest was fine; it was fun and all, but it had some fighting in it. But this is what I want to see. Travis Moore is doing the art on this one. You're gonna have
Yannick Patel.
What's that?
Yannick Protect cover D.
Ooh, that's pretty nice. You're gonna have Grodd. You're gonna have Bizarro. You're gonna have Black Manta, Luther, Joker. You're gonna have the Legion. You're also gonna have Ray Palmer, Adam. You're also gonna have Captain Cold, the Elongated Man, Mr. Terrific, Big Barda, all kinds of random cool Justice League characters.
Here's the Travis Moore connected variant.
It's nice.
It's the incentive 1 in 25.
You got Stargirl in the background there.
All of them. And Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle.
Some chick pretending to be Supergirl.
I thought it was Carol Danvers. So yeah, it's been really fun. Justice League Unlimited has just been fun in general.
Wow, Black Canary has no chest.
Yeah. This is Travis Moore.
I think she does. Just the jacket.
It's just flattened out by the jacket, and the
jacket's just hiding the edges of it. You can see.
I think Carol's just wearing spandex.
Carol,
right above her.
Carol Ferris.
Oh, Carol Ferris. Oh, I was like Carol Danvers. What? Oh,
no, that's above her. That's a.
Yeah, Ferris is.
They really don't give her like in any of the covers I've seen with the Black Canary. Like she's got a little bit of a backside, but she doesn't have like. She's like A cup now. For some reason.
But yeah, it's been fun. Normally you got Dan Mora, Travis Moore doing the art on this one. Nice little, he does pretty well.
This is still the best cover.
Yannick didn't get the memo.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. The Jorge Molina one is.
Remember the old ads? Why is this man smiling?
Yeah.
Well, I think we know.
Like you just look at this. Just look at the stupid grin on Superman's face. Hey, he literally is putty. Hi, how's it going? I'm Patrick Warburton.
He's got that jaw for days, man.
Batman. Yeah.
This is my number 4.
Yeah, this one's ugly.
I don't know. I think the art's pretty good.
The mall having Superman crest.
Well, oh yeah, okay. That's why they.
It's a super smash up where they're doing for whatever reason across DC, and I'm just like, no. And then I was like, oh, this is great. And then I'm like, then I look at the Green Lantern, like, what the hell did he do?
Yeah, that's kind of a lazy.
If he was going that fast, it wouldn't be drawn like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But and I see this is supposed to be Batman. This looks like it's Damian Wayne pretending to be Batman. So you would have made this cover really great if they would have been able to show the actual like Robin's foot and he's missing a shoe, like the Christmas album. Like they have that Christmas cover. So all right, so it's got quite a few people in here. So
yeah,
Plastic Man,
Plastic and Elongated Man. Plastic Man is severely. He deserved more than a 4-issue miniseries.
Yeah,
Plastic Man deserves more.
Alrighty, it says Unlimited no more. The Justice League is fractured throughout time as a legion of doom, and achieves the unthinkable. The siege of the Watchtower. As Gorilla Grodd's attack intensifies, it'll be up to one hero to call in the cavalry. It's not who you think. Destruction, redemption, and cavalcade. Wow, I read that word well. Of chaos cultivate in this penultimate chapter of We Are Yesterday. A special crossover with Batman and Superman, world's finest. Cool. Cavalcade. Wow, that's been a while.
That's a $5 word.
That's a comic, or as far as the golden age with Wonder Woman, Jay Garrick and Alan Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, going to my number 3. Doesn't Quinn have any books? Yes, I say he's got 4. Does he have a 5?
I see his number 4. I don't see a number 5.
All right, I just see number 4, and that is Terry Moore's covers from Trade.
Oh yeah, he said it in an art book. Yeah.
We're not on the Trade yet, but all right. Now my number 3 for me is I told you just books I'm picking up, Zach, that normally don't pick up.
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell is one of them.
No, you picked up the first issue.
No, I'm just saying this week. That's why there's so many books I'm picking up because this series I'm not. Steve McNiven doing the fantastic art with Charles Soule doing awesome writing in here. The Daredevil has returned. Yeah, the city is in danger, and a man without fear is once again swinging through the air. He will soon discover that he should have been afraid. First issue was actually pretty good. Feel sorry for Frank, but yeah, I'm not digging this cover here. The main cover. This is the main cover in here.
Yeah, McNiven's art. I don't know. I think he needs to have a really good. Like I like McNiven's art in Old Man Logan.
Like Gabriel Dell'Otto variant. Look at this.
Dell'Otto is.
Look at that. Is just that's why I put this on the thumbnail for both this and the best of the week.
Dell'Otto is great.
When McNiven was drawing for Marvel during the late 20s, he was very, very good. When he drew, I don't remember the title, but I first noticed him at Cross Gen. He did one of the titles there, and I remember that was very good. But I wouldn't even know the title if you told me what it was now. But yeah, this I don't know if this is intentionally a more scratchy style because it's taken. But you said Old Man Logan, the art was better. So this is basically an old man story. So I don't know if he's just giving them the page rates worth now.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, this is by far the weakest Steve McNiven art I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is the Frank Miller Hidden Gem.
That's Frank Miller.
Yeah.
It's best cover. That's the best cover he's drawn in 20 years.
It
really is.
A hidden gem.
It's like there's no way it's Frank Miller.
I'm wondering how old it is.
That's a good point.
Because
that does not look like what his normal.
They could have just put the title, and this could have been like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Then we have the East Side Ribic.
He's okay.
It's the Electra.
I don't go crazy for his art. Like when he was on Thor, I was like,
Don't let Jimmy hear you say that.
No, but I said this is the best cover so far.
Yeah.
I love that.
For real. I would honestly though, as good as the Dell'Otto one is, I would go for the Frank Miller one.
What indie hell is this?
What is that?
God, I hate these covers.
Marvel Television variants. The art of the
you know what those remind me of? The toy package variants.
Yeah,
I absolutely despise.
I hated those.
No, it reminds you of is those
you know what I think it is? I think it's supposed to be from that episode of Daredevil Born Again with the bank robbery.
Yeah, but even then, like I said, this kind of reminds you of when you play like those games back in the day, the shoot 'em games with the light gun.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have the bad art good guy comes across the screen, like in Time Crisis, and then you just shoot him. It looks so out of place.
Yeah.
You know how much I hate the toy package variants?
How much?
I'd rather have a Scotty Young.
Some of Scotty Young stuff is pretty good.
Right.
Yeah, you'd be hard pressed to find anybody in my age group that would agree with that. Because we remember when you got one cover and it told you what was happening in the book.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And that's why we pulled it off the rack.
Yeah.
So, all right. Am I changing? Or are you guys?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I this did not crack my top 5.
Wow.
Neither did Predator, Spider-Man, neither did Justice League. That's how good this week is.
Wow.
Dang.
What is your number 3 then?
My number 3 is Superman, so we can move on.
Nice. Right. Okay. My number 3 is Green Lantern, number 23.
Still the place to be.
Still.
Do you want to talk a little bit about it, or do you want to move on?
if you're not buying this, you should be examined. That's all I have to say. It's got Nort in it now, y'all. As if Kyle and Connor Kent weren't enough, now we have Nort.
Is it confirmed to be Nort? We know the last issue we saw it looked like Nort, but we're not sure who it is though.
Listen, they're in hell. That's where Nort belongs. It's Nort.
Because that's how bad of a character he is.
If it was Chirp or Chip or whatever his name is, or Bzz, the little fly guy, then I'd be suspicious because they're
Wait a minute. Nort did nothing wrong. Nort didn't do nothing.
No, it's okay. In the context of Justice League International, Nort's pretty cool.
But you remember how he got in the Corps?
No, I do not.
If I remember correctly, his rich daddy bought his way in.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah, he's he was clown from day one, but
I just remember
Nort reminds me, like, if the Green Lantern Corps were like The Office, Nort would be Kevin, like that guy from the account who dumps the bowl of chili on the floor. That's who Nort would be.
Oh, I remember that scene. I still feel bad about that. I'm like, that's
one of my brother's favorite scenes.
I was just like, not the chili, no.
In that carpet and everything. Oh, man.
Let me just say, young at heart, you bastard.
Yeah.
At least be young at heart.
You'll be young at Nort.
Young at Nort.
All right,
oh my
then.
God.
We'll go on to my number 2 then, right away. Then
Number 2.
All right, my number 2 is a book that did make my pull list, did not make brains. Is Predator versus Spider-Man number 2.
Well, this cover, and I figured you were going to go for it.
Dude, this whole entire at first I was like, last issue I was like, you know what, I probably won't do it, and then then I started hearing everybody saying like, how great it is, and I was like, dang it, I could go spend more money on a series.
Apparently has been killing it with these Predator miniseries.
Predator versus Wolverine was great. The Black Panther was ass to me, and I don't remember. I think it was him that wrote it. Not sure.
He's been right. I think he's written all the Predator ones.
But this dude's name's called Skinner. He's dubbed Skinner by the Daily Beagle, and this guy just literally in the first issue just goes after these bank robbers and skins them alive, and then puts the guy and starts wearing the guy's face. And then we're seeing at the end where he's going after MJ, who's inside the subway train. And the lights go out, and also you see his face pop up, in the darkness as the lights are flickering back and forth, and outside the car. So, man, this looks great. I love the detail actually on the cover here, where her fingernails are going against the concrete, dirt, scratching. The random shoe,
running mascara.
Her shoes coming off. Yep. Yeah. The look of fear on Peter's face.
And it looks like a real, I don't know. This is a really cool looking Predator as compared to other ones I've seen in movies. Obviously,
the only thing that's missing is we're not what she's looking at. She's going for Paul to save her.
Maybe she's seeing Paul's skin.
No, I don't think Paul exists in this universe. Really, I'm telling myself.
So, it says the hottest day of the year has brought black. That's the thing too. The other trope they're doing is that it gets real hot in New York. So this is it's so hot.
Oh, so is it like Predator 2? Because I remember LA was in a heat wave in that one.
Yeah.
People were going crazy.
It's kind of like this too. Yeah. So, and so there's blackouts. So because the blackout shuts off the power to the subway train, and then you see the Predator thing, it was just gnarly. So a Predator unlike any other. Skinner has no clan or code, so no one is safe, including MJ, who finds herself trapped on a stalled subway train deep beneath the city. Peter research. What's that?
Between this and Kill Train, there is not a safe place to be in this week's comics.
Oh, I'm just gonna say this: just when you thought it was safe to ride the trains in New York,
it was never safe.
Said no, never.
Oh, it'd be cool. Predator's about to kill Mary Jane. Bernard Getz comes out of nowhere and just blows him away.
I was more thinking that he's gonna start setting people on fire.
I know, and neither one of you guys have any idea who Bernard Getz is, do
Yeah,
you?
he is. He's the guy. You should gun down the 3 crooks on the subway train.
4, I believe.
That's that scene in Joker is inspired off of. Right there. I do my research.
I didn't. I just thought that was so long ago that no one remembered.
The only reason I know because I looked up the whole Joker movie scene because I heard I had heard some rumors about it, and then I looked at the guy. I was like, and that guy got screwed over. The guy was justified. No, because that's also because everybody said like the whole Paul Kersey thing, with the vigilante. Anyway, all right. Peter researches the bloody history of his new enemy while evading Detective LaPearl, and Craven begins his hunt for the ultimate hunter. That's right. Craven is going after Skinner.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So, what better way to have a predator who hunts his prey than have a Craven who's going to hunt the other predator? Predator versus predator. Looks. Like I said, I'm looking forward to this. This looks fun. Benjamin Percy's been having fun with this. MJ and Peter Parker are dating again in this series. He works for the Daily Bugle as a photographer. Jonah hates Spider-Man. Yes. Everything's right in the Marvel universe in this series. Some other covers. This is 1 in 100 Ryan Stegman cover.
It's pretty cool.
Ed McGuinness variant. Not a fan of this version. I don't know who it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that looks that. I mean, Spider-Man looks like it enough. The Predator looks a little off, but
I don't know. This
I like McGuinness though.
That might not be a predator. That might be some other alien type.
It's got 4 arms. No, that might not be Predator.
It looks like a brood, doesn't it?
No, it's got 2 arms. Maybe I'm looking at it weird.
It's got the 2 legs and it's got 2 arms.
Got a scabbard. Maybe
arms pulled back.
Because normally they have. I mean, maybe I'm looking at it funny. Sometimes they'll have other aliens that the Predators hunt, like in that one where they were on the alien world. But I don't know.
Yes. You know this is reference to, right? Arnold putting the mud on his body.
Oh.
The only problem I have with this is that the Predator right there doesn't have the infrared helmet on to track him, so it's pointless.
Spider-Man doesn't know that.
Giuseppe, whatever his name is Kevin Coyle? I know, right?
Cannoli?
Zach, is your dad watching basketball right now?
Oh, I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
Pacers are over 100 in the third quarter.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Are they the favorite to win?
Well, it's tonight. There, I mean, it's probably the series, but I can't imagine anybody being favored over Oak City at this point. But
Oak City.
Yeah, I said if it's 101 to 91 in the third quarter, at least you're seeing action and defense is at a premium.
Nice.
All right. Okay. That was my number 2. Where are we going to next, Breen?
My numero 2. That's Spanish.
That's nice. I got that.
Dos.
Oh, you say dos, I say 2-0.
At least he's not saying hop Tua.
It's I think we're on 1501 with her. If our Doors song would be "She Lives on Hyde Street," so we can move on.
All right, where are we going to next, Zach?
Number 2, we're going to Skybound, baby. An issue I have been waiting for a minute. G.I. Joe number 7. We get the introduction, first appearance of this universe's Beachhead. And we also get Flint. Lady J is going to be in here as well.
Flint, I love you.
I like Flint. In the regular Joe universe, he's kind of like the hard ass to Duke. Like he's like the co-leader, but he's a lot more strict than Duke. So I think he's on a different Joe team. Like I think they're doing like X-Men Gold and X-Men Blue.
Wasn't DJ Cortana Flint in the movies?
Oh, I don't remember.
He was the guy.
That was one movie, the one with Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah,
I think I saw that movie like one time.
Flint was. They took over as the main guys.
Yeah. Because Channing Tatum and them got like killed off, which is kind of dumb. But anyway, G.I. Joe, I'm loving this. If you told me, like gun to my head, I can only get 5 comics for the rest of my life, this would be one of them. This has been a ton of fun. We don't have Tom C. Reilly doing the art on this one. We have Andrea Milana, I'm not sure. Tom C. Reilly is doing the cover. But yeah, this is, it's been a great series so far. I love that they do the little corner heads. Nobody does.
I love the suppressor, like, on the cover.
Yeah.
There's no way that's gonna silence.
Yeah. So it says it is a standalone Night Force covert op is what they're pushing this book as. Hopefully this is not the only issue that will have Beachhead in it. He's just got such a cool look too. But yeah, I'm actually, I even have like a little figurine of him. I even have a little Beachhead guy. So he's just a really cool looking dude, and it won't focus in on him, but that's okay. I love this. That's really cool. I love those little dossier photo variants.
Lady J.
Yeah, Lady J is cool. Lady J's got a really cool costume, or not costume, uniform.
It's Flint on the right, because Flint always wears a beret.
He's got the beret, and he does all the shells on the bandolier usually.
Yeah, shotguns.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward. This will probably be the first book that I read tomorrow, honestly. I'm really looking forward. Jeff Spokes. I love Jeff Spokes' work. Normally, he did a lot of DC. He's done some work for like Iconic Comics too. They discovered him before he went like mainstream. So that's a really cool cover. That one's more manga looking. It's interesting. I don't hate it. That gun that Lady J has is a little weird looking.
It's
is that a gun? Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, it just shoots lasers.
It's just like really, it looks like a laser gun. But this is just, if it wasn't for my number one, this would be number one.
Well, you think look at the gun he's wearing. He's at a Beachhead's got out there.
Yeah,
that's not a normal gun either. That's a cable gun.
What are you talking about? That looks like a machine gun. I mean, normally I think he normally does like the light machine, like the submachine guns. That one looks a little heavier duty than what I think he normally has. But that one's cool because she has like the harpoon. She normally has like a harpoon or a spear, a throwing spear, or something like that. Derek Chew, man, he did some work with that lady.
Best cover right here.
No, that's the best cover. How is that the best cover? That one's pretty good. Yeah, G.I. Joe, number 7. Buy it, thank me later.
And the more I look at it's supposed to be Flint in the back right corner, the more he looks like Butcher.
I thought he looked more like Punisher, but
that's what Butcher's kind of the Dave Robinson, and they base Butcher off of a Punisher type character, former Marine, or for a Royal Air Force, Marines, or they have whatever the equivalent for the Marines is in Britain. Yeah, but looks cool. Alrighty then. I'll go to my number 1 then.
Yeah, it's safe to say we all have the same number 1 this week.
I would bet money on it.
If you guys don't have number 1,
Absolute Martian Manhunter.
Yeah.
Look, nobody gives Denise Camp more grace than I do, but I dropped after the first issue of Martian Manhunter. It was just a little too abstract for me.
Yep. I would say Turf War in New York City.
We've already done it so many times with Oklahoma.
Yeah. The Sinister Six. The Sinister Six versus the 2 Spider-Men. All is not well in New York City. With the Sinister Six at war with each other. Fortunately, Spider-Man's not facing this one alone. Catch Richard Parker in the black suit. But I love this, the Norman Osborn in the Green Goblin helmet. What if Norman's alive?
Well, wasn't he the AI? Wasn't the AI in Harry's suit?
But
after...
what if he goes crazy in the suit, and the suit just becomes like a that'd be crazy. We'll do incentive covers here. We'll do Ivan, whatever his name is, Ivan
Rice.
Talavera.
No.
This reminds me of when she was going to start working for Tony Stark. Remember the coffee cup?
It kind of does, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Great cover.
She looks like Ana de Armas with red hair.
All right, I'm still into it though.
Well, I mean,
that wouldn't make you not.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is this so freaking huge?
What did you do? Holy cow!
I don't know.
Oh, that's cool. That's pretty neat.
You know what? And then they upload the wrong size. That's what they did. I'm just clicking. So
the whole Sinister Six.
I did notice that Chichetto is off again.
Chichetto is off. It's David Messina.
At least it's a
Yeah, Messina's not bad at all.
Yeah, I said that and Flash Gordon. I'm just impressed that they cared enough to have the fill-in artist be 95% as good as the regular.
So this is the one that I was trying to get. Happy Mother's Day, but when you click on it, it just blows up because they put like 1,000 by whatever ratio.
It's a little late for Mother's Day, isn't it? Maybe it was supposed to come out a week or two ago.
I don't know, but Peter looks too feminine in that, and then Richard looks like he's just slappy the man. What do you call it? The puppet. Richard
looks like Franklin, but with red hair.
With the hairstyle and the green, he just looks like Slappy, the one that from Goosebumps.
So what we're saying is, would it be right to let him live after we killed Franklin?
Yeah. This looks great. And David Messina's not a bad artist. He's been
not bad at all.
Chichetto, I don't know where Chichetto is, if he's coming back.
Probably, well, he's doing the covers for the new Punisher series.
No, he's back next issue.
He's not. No. I'm talking about. Oh, is he back on next issue?
Next issue, he's back.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe he just took off this one issue because he had to do all those Punisher covers.
So, looking forward to this, man. The whole dynamic with Richard wearing the black suit, and stuff. And
crushing on the black cat.
Yep. Will he end up doing something stupid to betray his father? It will be like a Romeo and Juliet story, where neither one of them
wants a typical teenage boy.
Yep. Where the daughter, Black Cat, wants nothing to do with anything in it, and she ends up, and he ends up following her and wanting not to fight whatsoever. So who knows? Looks good though. Oh wait, what was Undead Quinn's after number 4? He did it.
Undead Quinn. Well, let's see. From his number 4, his number 4 he said was Terry Moore. Number 3 is Minor Arcana. Number 7. That's his number 3. Minor Arcana. His number 2 is Void Rivals, a book none of us have talked about tonight. Yeah. Void Rivals number 19. Although I'm pretty sure that's on at least 2 of our pull lists.
Yep.
I know it's on mine. I'm sure it's on Bankman's. His number 1 book of the week, though, is Feral, number 13.
All right, yeah.
And hello, Summoner. Summoner.
Something.
Summoner.
Oh, look, the Flash.
Okay. I may give the Flash a read through, Johnny Depp style. Some of what I've seen in the synopses sound interesting to me. I kind of want to see what Cy Spurrier is doing.
Zach, friends don't let friends read Cy Spurrier.
Is anybody gonna pick up the Mr. Terrific number 1?
No.
I'd be more interested in finding a Terrifics omnibus. I saw like they did the preview pages for it. It didn't look bad, but I like my Mr. Terrific with the JSA though.
Cable, Love, and Chrome. Metamorphose. Anybody reading that?
No, that's is that number 6? I think that's the last issue.
Yeah.
Apparently, it hadn't been doing. Is that Al Ewing who wrote that one? I think
so.
Yeah, it hadn't been doing too hot.
The other book that was it's on my pull list, but we didn't talk about is Wolverine and Kitty Pryde, number 2 by Chris Claremont. It was actually a really good book. Ties in with the whole miniseries. It takes place shortly right after that. Then we have Peacemaker presents The Vigilante and Eagly double feature number 3.
Okay.
I like the cover, but I'm not a fan of the writing. So, oh, look, new champions.
Well,
Hornsby Halo is anybody's list this week.
Yeah, it's on mine.
oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, Breen's probably got that.
Yeah. See, I'll raise your Hornsby Halo, and I have Saturday morning.
Of course you do.
Yes.
I
I'm just saying that's the one book that I added one. I got the first one, and I just keep pulling it. They're in issue 25, bro. Great.
I'm honestly shocked. I thought that was going to be because G.I. Joe didn't get past 3.
No. IDW has been it's one series that they've actually been really consecutively good on there.
Oh, wait till summer. Summer, we're going to have a bunch of Godzilla comics coming from IDW.
Yeah, but I'm saying this for 25 issues. What if
is that Godzilla?
No, the pitcher formerly known as Aroldis Chapman just bounced like a 97-mile-an-hour pitch, and it came up and hit the catcher in the throat.
Oh,
yeah, that takes precision. Too bad he can't use that precision to find the fucking strike zone.
Oh man, that hurt me just thinking about that.
Are you sure it wasn't a strike and the umpire called it off?
Yeah, it bounced.
Man.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's almost impossible.
That's such a small space. Yeah. Oh,
all right. What if Donald Duck became Iron Man? Ooh, looks fun.
There you go, Maranya. That one's just
Iron Duck. I'm curious though, who actually is writing that though?
I think those have been like, I can't remember. Somebody did the Fantastic Four one. I can't remember who the writer was for that.
All right. So this is Steve Billing and Luca Barberi.
It sounds like Italian. Isn't that who they normally do for the Disney cartoons? They get like Italian sounding guys?
I don't know about that, but
I thought they did.
Yeah. These are kind of cool.
Well, the Tales of Suspense 39 homage was pretty clever. I got to give him that.
I like his tail feather sticking out. That's the Beagle voice. I like that. That. If I got this, that would be the one with the Beagle.
Which one is the Tales Astonish cover?
The one with the 3 where he's putting on the armor and then the picture of him with the armor on.
Okay.
That's the Scotty.
It was the first one you showed.
Yeah,
that one.
That's funny.
It's pretty cool.
$5, man. From Foul to Shellhead, inspired by the very first appearance of Iron Man in Tales of Suspense number 39, Donald Duck finds himself in the clutches of the Beagle Boys, forced to build a machine designed to crack into his Uncle Scrooge's money bin. Donald has other plans and builds the ultimate suit of armor. Can the fearless Fowl foil the plans of the Beagle Boys and make it to his date with Daisy Duck?
See, okay, I thought they were just going to take Iron Man's origins and put a Disney coding over it, but this sounds at least kind of a little bit more original, just with some similar ingredients.
This looks good, though. I guess I
might pick this up.
I know, right? I might pick this up.
I kind of want to look like, how many other of these have I skipped over just because I thought they might be bad?
I think they had Goofy as the Hulk.
Yeah, Goofy was the Hulk. They had a Fantastic Four and an Avengers origin.
I'm just glad
that's the problem. It's a neat synopsis, but what if this guy can't write a lick?
That's true. That's a good point. I'll wait and see what y'all.
Oh, are you saying he might be a quack writer?
Quacker Jack.
No, he actually got out of it. Now I got to watch baseball still. Damn it.
So, the only thing that would make my day with these things is what if like Mickey Mouse was Charles Xavier. Why intellectual properties? That's what I want. So,
do you know that Bryan Cranston is apparently in the running to play him in the MCU?
Mickey Mouse?
No, Professor X.
Oh.
Mickey Mouse.
Infinity Watch 5.
Donald, we have to cook.
I was kind of into that idea better.
Yeah. Uncanny X-Men. Nice 135 facsimile edition. Dark Phoenix. I love that. That's a cool cover. She's just crushing the logo.
I do like whenever the trade dress is affected.
Yeah, back when Neil Adams was doing the X-Men, the first living monolith, the monolith was crushing the logo, and they made him go back and do it again because I guess they figured X-Men was selling so poorly that they needed, I guess they needed the logo to be as obvious as possible. Tell you how much times have changed.
Here's the next one.
That's a great, if anybody like the Superman Shazam,
$15.
Did they do a regular size one?
I don't know.
Or did they do that with that? Because that was a very neat treasury, and it was.
I think that's
it was originally published as a treasury, and it was an all new story at the time.
I think it's just gonna be a treasury size again. 72-page super action novel.
It would have been a good day. They probably should have put that out last week or next week.
All right.
And not on a week that's so loaded.
All right. Oh yeah. Also, Pride Month's coming up.
Also known as my birthday month.
Yay!
We're gonna call it Zach's birthday month, not Pride.
What is this one? Lost Fantasy. But it's weird. It's got a video game cover. It's an image. Huh.
Well, it's getting close.
Badger. I still haven't seen the other ones.
Yeah, no. Let me buzz through the trades real quick.
All right. This week in trades: Ultimate X-Men by Peach Momoko, Volume 2. Children of the Espresso. Void Rebels, Volume 3, the Kita Victor Theta. Superman 4, Volume 4, The Rise of Superwoman. Greg Rucka, Wonder Woman, hardcover, omnibus. That actually might be worth
pick up.
Yeah. Transformers Compendium, Volume 1. The original Transformers. With Don Parlin art, and it looks like Spangler? Spencer? Yeah, Game Boy. Do Static one. Yeah, here you go, Static. I'll collect it in compact this week. Hey, look, guys, Jenny Sparks. Injustice 2 on this. Superman Red Sun.
What issues does that Thunderbolts have a collection cover?
It looks like Busick and Casey there. With the Sezia, Bagley, Burfoyle.
I'm guessing it might be the second one then. Because I would have imagined they would have put the cover of issue 1 on the
26 to 41. Yeah.
It's a good run. Hawkeye was in charge of the team.
That's when Hawkeye was in charge? Oh, okay.
There he is in the left-hand corner.
All right. Norm Brayfogle. That's the one I was always forget.
Bray, what a name.
Yep. Well, if we can't all be like Mark Bagley, it's have a weird name like Bagley.
Mark Bagley looks like Michael J. Fox.
Doesn't he?
He kind of does.
He looks like he's just going to start talking about Irish soap and stuff. Top of the morning to you. Yeah. Kurt Busick, this looks like every guy I've seen at my church. It doesn't.
If everybody at your church was railing about Trump.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, look like that, but I'm just talking about Trump, Yeah. No. At my church, they don't get into politics. But they say when it comes to voting, and the voting election, but the little small sermon was like, you guys vote for the guy, who has like Christ in his heart, They tell you to vote with your based on like if you're gonna vote, they don't really influence you, but they said like look for the guy who basically or prey on it, stuff. They don't really like influence you. So like, oh yeah, fuck Trump. They're like that. Like that. When a church tells you like who to vote for, I kind of feel like you're kind of losing the whole plot of the church.
Yeah.
Unless the person that actually is they're talking about actually is like anti-church. But anyway, Superman Secret Origin trade paperback.
I remember that.
Your cold heart hardcover. Remember that one?
I remember that one.
Yep.
That's probably the best James Bond book to come out. Garth Ennis. Then look, Family Force 5. There you go, Zach. You like manga?
I do, but
there's the cool giant size X-Men coming out.
Giant size tribute to Wayne and Cockrum. Wine and Cockrum.
And then there's giant size Marvel omnibus right here.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
Collects all the giant size books.
Be really funny if it was digest size. The little giant size omnibus.
But look at that. We got a John Romita Sr. cover with Dracula. Elf Quest is also being released. This is for Forbidden Grove hardcover. This is volume 2. Space Usagi, the book that nobody talked about. Being collected. The Mighty Avengers. Wow. Wow. I can't believe the Mighty. Is that the 2000s? No.
No, that's it's like the 250s of the title.
Okay.
Real good period.
I'm just saying, soon we're gonna have like Bendis Avengers being the Mighty Marvel Masterworks.
Bendis would have had a Frank Cho cover on it.
Then we have Mega Man Volume 2 coming out. Mr. Mega Man, new manga, and then Judge Dredd, and that's it for trades.
Good.
Nice.
So, there's 2 of those Atlas archives coming out in starting in 2 weeks. They're releasing back-to-back weeks. So I would just assume there not be any trades I'm interested in until then.
Like I said, I'm looking at these giant size. These actually look kind of cool. Because I don't have I don't think I have any of the giant size.
I love those giant size books. The ones were, a lot of them were like Captain Marvel, Captain America, Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
We're all reprints.
So this has
there was a reprint, but Spider-Man, Avengers, Fantastic Four, Werewolf by Night, Dracula, those were all new. The Kid Colt was reprints, and then obviously the first X-Men wasn't. The second one was
all new X-Men, all this stuff. It just
new. Yeah, these are all the ones that were new because I said Defenders. It was odd that some of the ones that got basically regular schedule when bigger books like the Hulk and Captain America basically ignored.
Oh my gosh, they have a Gil Kane cover.
Oh my gosh.
The supervillain team ups were this would be really, really cool to have.
Yep.
Giant considering obviously the giant size X-Men, the Fantastic Four giant size number 4, which is the first Madrox.
Mm-hmm.
Those are X-Men is completely unaffordable.
Giant size Invaders.
First Dracula, the giant size Chillers with Dracula, very expensive. So, the first giant size 3 is the Defenders is the first Korvac.
Well, I like this.
Oh, wow.
Avengers Mortal Loss and celebrate the wedding of Vision and Scarlet Witch. That's also in here too as well.
Yeah, that the Avengers books are fairly affordable, but this would be very cool because it's a great period of Marvel creativity.
Oversized case bound dust jacket cover.
Yeah, except if I didn't have all these stories, and if I had the money, I would get this in a heartbeat.
Is that just me, or does Gary kind of look like an old lady?
He does now.
Yeah.
So does Roy Thomas.
Doug Mensch, man.
Doug Mensch looks like a hit man.
Honestly, I thought he had a wig on at first because it looks so weird.
He's the guy that Tony Soprano just found hiding out in Witsec.
Chris Claremont looks like Ed Asner, but with a skinnier neck.
If Ed Asner stopped eating 4 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say with some weight loss on him.
Jenny Blake
get the fuck out of here with that.
Hey, language. We're on a live stream.
I forgot. Oh, no one's ever used an F-bomb on a live stream?
Well, it just sounds like you have Tourette's, that's all.
No, look between Len Wein and Jerry Conway.
Yeah, I know. I said Jenny Blake.
Oh, they changed the name. I didn't even notice.
And didn't even take the mustache off the picture.
Didn't even try.
Yeah, League of Comic Geeks. Yeah, that's great. And tell us how great it is to have men and women's sports.
Gil Kane looks like he owns like a paper mill. He
just got done telling everybody how great he is too.
Yeah, and he was working at.
Gil Kane looks like King George from the Hamilton musical.
That's embarrassing. Sorry for the F-bomb. That is embarrassing though.
Yep, Rogues Gallery and just a bunch of them. Yeah, Fantasy 4.
It's 10:30. We've already got the link, and he's gonna be mad at me anyway because I'm doing a stream at 11.
Oh, are you?
I'm on Yule's Death Squad.
Oh wow.
Joe and I are the eulogists.
Yep,
See what I did there?
No,
that's clever.
Oh, alrighty though. Link's my boy. Ouch, supersized. The Pride covers, yeah. If there's one giant size X-Men you begin this week. Don't get the stupid Kamala Khan version. Get the original. Tribute to Len Wein. Alright. So if you guys haven't done so, please click like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. And we look forward to seeing you guys on Thursday night for the best of the week, where we'll be joined by Geeky, and he'll talk about the books that he I shouldn't have bought that. I didn't read the name.
I may not be here depending on when I decide to bite the bullet and do without a computer for a few days.
Oh, is it getting to the point you gotta
if you're gonna do that, you should do that on Saturday.
Well, I'm not. I'm almost positive it's something internal on the computer.
Yeah,
but it doesn't affect when I'm on live streams. It's not affected at all. So I don't know what the difference is between StreamYard and the internet. But if I'm on the internet and I don't move my mouse after 5 or 10 minutes, it freezes and I have to unplug and plug it back in. Or if I'm already on there, if I'm watching something, after about 35 minutes, it'll freeze and start making a funny noise. I'll have to unplug it and plug it back in. Or sometimes just in the middle of just randomly will restart itself. So there's definitely something wrong, but StreamYard live streams aren't affected at all. Right. So I'm going to go talk to them.
Is it
to make sure that it's a computer and not an internet issue? But
is it overheating?
No.
Like you're not getting a lot of air, because I know that on my motherboard, I actually had a fan under there, and it actually it was my graphics card, is what it was, and the fan died, so it was just getting hot air in there.
Yeah, I don't, but I guess that that's what I'll find out when I take it in. But it's not. Like I said, it's out in the open. I mean, I don't. So I wouldn't think that just from the amount of. I don't know. I'm not a computer guy, but we'll find out.
Check out Imperial Goddess over on Twitch. I'm sure she's probably live. And if she's not, check her out on YouTube as well. And same link, Imperial_Goddess. Thank you for stopping by, Celeste. And we're gonna end it right here, though. All right. Hope you guys had fun and stay safe. And we'll see you later.